Good afternoon. My name is Chris Reddick, and I'm a development director with the American Heart Association on the Hard Hats with Heart campaign. Thank you for joining us for our August Toolbox Talk. We're very excited to share this important conversation with you, and we hope that you'll find this Toolbox Talk helpful. If you've missed our previous Toolbox Talks about nutrition and about the life-saving skill of hands-only CPR, make sure to watch the recording and join us on October 28th for our 5th annual Hard Hats with Heart event. Without further ado, we're going to go live to the Carhartt workshop to hear Sam Perez talk about the importance of mental health and managing stress.
Hello, my name is Sam Perez, and I'm speaking to you today from the Carhartt workshop on behalf of the American Heart Association in the Guidance Center. The topic of today's Toolbox Talk is on the issue of mental health and construction workers. The month of May was Mental Health Awareness Month, but it's important year-round and something we want to talk about. Mental health and construction work is a very important issue that's only recently been a topic of conversation. Construction workers are among the highest at-risk work populations for developing unchecked mental health concerns. According to the CDC, the number is 1 in 5. Construction workers also have the nation's second highest instances of suicide in reference to occupation, at 2 times the rate of the general male population. Today, we are focusing on ways we can minimize and better support mental health among construction industry workers. To examine why these numbers are so frighteningly high, Let's briefly consider the myriad of challenges faced every day by your average construction worker. Here are just a few. They work long and irregular hours of physically exhausting labor. They are often separated from social networks due to distant or rotating job sites. They face financial insecurity due to short-term, seasonal, or hourly employment and recessions. Stress and injury can lead to substance abuse and off time, or to numb injuries. Deemed an essential business, construction resumed during the pandemic, resulting in stress over contracting the virus and spreading it to family, or losing pay. According to a National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health survey published by the Journal of Occupational Environmental Medicine, there are several health and behavioral risks more common in the construction worker population than other workers in similar fields. These risks include smoking or using smokeless tobacco, binge drinking, no physical leisure time activities, not wearing seatbelts on the job, and getting less than 7 hours of sleep per night. Everyone feels sad, angry, or flat sometimes. These feelings are part of a healthy, full range of emotions and are usually nothing to worry about. However, if you've been feeling sad, down, miserable, or angry most of the time for more than 2 weeks, you may be experiencing symptoms of depression. Depression is a major risk factor for suicide and plays a contributing role in the deaths of many construction workers. One of the telltale signs of depression is a loss of interest in activities you usually enjoy, whether that's getting together with your friends, working on your house, or just getting outside for a walk or a run. People in construction are much more likely to recognize the physical symptoms rather than the emotional symptoms of depression. These symptoms can include things like feeling tired all the time, or changes in your weight, whether that's losing weight or putting on a few extra pounds. In that same survey mentioned earlier, it also shows how mental distress is strongly associated with both musculoskeletal pain and work-related injuries. In another study, the risk of work-related injuries increased significantly when they reported depressive symptoms. Other mental health warning signs are paranoia, anxiety, apathy, or disorganized thoughts, long-lasting sadness or irritability, extreme mood swings, self-isolation, erratic eating and sleeping patterns, decreased functioning for important tasks, substance abuse, suicidal thoughts, and feeling detached or disengaged from life. So how can construction workers manage stress, mental health, and depression? Let's take a look at 3 tips from the American Heart Association. Number 1, positive self-talk. Let's be honest, we all talk to ourselves. Sometimes we talk out loud, but usually we do it in our heads. Self-talk can be positive, such as, I can do this, or everything will be okay. Or negative, like, I'll never get better, or I'm so stupid. Negative self-talk increases stress. Positive self-talk can help you calm down and control stress. With practice, you can learn to shift negative thoughts to positive ones. For example, negative to positive. I can't do this. Change it to, I'll do the best I can, I've got this. Everything is going wrong. Change to, I can handle this if I take it one step at a time. Change your mind, change your life. Number 2, top emergency stress stoppers. What's a stress stopper? Emergency stress stoppers are actions to help you diffuse stress in the moment. You may need different stress stoppers for different situations, and sometimes it helps to combine them. Here are some ideas. Count to 10 before you speak or react. Take a few slow, deep breaths until you feel your body unclench a bit. Go for a walk, even if it's just to the restroom and back. It can help you break the tension and give you a chance to think things through. Try a quick meditation or prayer to get some perspective. If it's not urgent, sleep on it and respond tomorrow. This works especially well for stressful emails and social media trolls. Walk away from the situation for a while and handle it later once things have calmed down. Number 3, stress-busting activities. Doing things you enjoy is a natural way to relieve stress and find your happy place. Even when you're down, you may find pleasure in simple things like going for a walk, catching up with a friend, or reading a good book. When stress makes you feel bad, do something that makes you feel good, even if only for 10 or 15 minutes. Some of these activities may work for you. Make art. You can draw, color, paint, or play a musical instrument. You can work on a scrapbook or a photo album to focus on good memories. Read a book, short story, or a magazine. Meet a friend for coffee or a meal. The key is to find your groove and make it a practice. You'll be amazed at how quickly you may start to feel better once you disrupt the cycle of stress. There are also ways that employers can support stress management and mental health among their employees. Here are some ways. Make mental health self-assessment tools available for all employees. Offer free or subsidized clinical screenings for depression from a qualified mental health professional, followed by directed feedback and clinical referral when appropriate. Create and maintain dedicated, quiet spaces for relaxation activities. Provide managers with training to help them recognize the signs and symptoms of stress and depression in team members and encourage them to seek help from a qualified mental health professional. Give employees opportunities to participate in decisions about issues that affect job stress. If you or someone you know is struggling with mental health or depression, please check out our list of websites and hotline numbers, which are filled with resources and ways for you or your loved one to get help. Thank you again for joining us today. I'm now going to answer some of your questions that you sent ahead of time. What do you recommend the construction industry as a whole does for mental health awareness? The number one thing the industry can do is help raise awareness. This can break down barriers that stop many from seeking help. This starts at the top. Is there a culture of respect? Is the topic of mental health met with ridicule? If so, then change it. Encourage open discussion on the topic. Promote and encourage good mental health through your actions, not just your words. Provide trainings to all workers as well as resources. Support those needing time off, especially when they return to work. Do you have any advice, particularly for women construction workers, since the industry is male-dominated? Although the industry is changing, and there are more women who work in construction than ever, it is still an industry dominated by men, and women are likely to face challenges. This may be difficult for some women. From safety issues to feelings of intimidation, it's important to talk to your supervisor. Addressing any workplace issue is key to making changes. It is the responsibility of the employer to provide a safe and productive work environment. Finding a support network or organization of women in this field can be especially helpful. There are several professional organizations available to meet the unique needs of women in the industry, which provide advice and support as well as networking and developing opportunities. These include the National Association of Women in Construction, Professional Women in Construction, the PWC, Women in Construction Operations, and Women Construction Owners and Executives USA, the WCOE. Is there anything that workers can do on their way to or from work to relieve stress? Use this time to de-stress by taking deep, long breaths. Plan ahead of time for things such as construction and turn off your phone. Many people from all types of workplaces use drive time to relieve stress by listening to music or podcasts. Make a playlist of your favorites and enjoy. For some, keeping the radio off and embracing the quiet can be a time to reflect on their day and make plans for the evening or upcoming events. Thank you to the American Heart Association of Metro Detroit and Carhartt for allowing me to host this important Toolbox Talk conversation today. Your commitment to the community and the overall mission of the American Heart Association drives impactful change in our communities. If you would like to get in contact with me or learn more about the Guidance Center or the SUDS Coalition where I work, you can look us up at SUDS Coalition on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram, or at Guidance Center MI on Instagram and Facebook. The SUDS Coalition, Stop Underage Drinking and Drugs Downriver, supported by the Guidance Center with a mission to prevent underage drinking and drug use, works together with the Downriver community, including members from all sectors, including schools, law enforcement, and healthcare. Lastly, the American Heart Association is dedicated to sharing real stories. If you are a construction worker who would like to share your story of dealing with cardiac disease, mental health issues, depression, or stroke, you can send your story to ebony.bagley@heart.org. Thank you again, have a wonderful day, and stay safe, Detroit.